Hello everyone, welcome again to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're joining, I want to say a very big welcome. Thank you all for everything that you all have been doing for me, for the love that you all have been showing. I really do appreciate everything that you do for me. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about making God a priority. I'm going to be talking about making God a priority and prosper. You know, it's very important for you to always know in your heart that in everything that you do in this life, you should make God number one. In everything that you are doing, God should be number one. Before I continue this video, I want you all to get this free book that I had written. I wrote this book, I released it last year, or I think last 2 years. I want you all to get it. When God Writes a Girl's Love Story. It's free. You check the link below and you can get the book. And you should also access the free online course that I'm giving. It's an online course for every content creator. If you want to be a content creator online, this course is for you. Get it also. It's free. You cannot put your trust in any man. Anything that you want to do in this life, everything that you want to do in this life, let God be your number one. Because if you don't have this mindset, I'm telling you, it's so easy for you to always depend on man, and man will always fail you. Every man have their own problems. Everybody have something that they're dealing with. So if you are putting your trust on someone else, then how do you just think that they will solve your problems when they too have their own problems? Put your trust in God. Always put your trust in God. Always remind yourself that if there's anything I want in this life, I can't trust anybody but God. You know, since that mindset, since that I actually still having that kind of mindset that I need to always put God first in everything I do. And I really saw this great difference in my life. Every time, anything I want to do, everything I want to start, when I have a consciousness that God is number one, it always helped me. You know, he always assists me because he knows that I don't put my trust in nobody. I don't put my trust in nobody. My trust is always on him. So I feel like this level that I've gotten, like, is due to the consciousness of the fact that anything I want to do, I always try as much as possible to put my trust in God. And I just want to encourage you to also do that. I remember the story that the pastor of Mountain of Fire, you know, he actually was telling of this guy that he had this interview, this job interview, and his dad friend was one of the judges, you know. And in his mind, he was just like, man, this interview, I'm going to kill it. My dad's friend is going to be there, so there's no how I'm going to fail. There's no how I'm going to flop. That was what he was thinking in his mind, you know. And just when it was his time to enter, to be interviewed, do you know what happened? The person, the father's friend, that was when he started having like running stomach, and his stomach was just aching him, and he stood up and he left to go to the toilet. And that was just when this guy was about entering, you know, for his own interview. So he didn't read, he didn't prepare nothing, because his whole mind was the fact that his father's friend is there and his father's friend was going to help him. But now the father's friend was not there. So everything that you do, just put your trust in God. So I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that you should do if you have something that you want to achieve. The first thing to do is to put them down. Your goals, your plan, whatever that you want God to do for you. Take your pen and your biro, and you take everything and write it down. Write them down. Whatever that you're just believing that, oh, you want God to do for you, always write them down. If you have this consciousness of putting down things, you see that it's be so hard for you to forget. Even for me, I realized that every time that I'm always writing down some of my goals and some of the things I want to achieve, I never even forget them. even when I don't go back to look at my goals and everything I want to achieve, it will just come to my mind, like subconsciously, it will just come to my mind. So I want to encourage you, if there's anything that you want to achieve, put them down. Put them down. Write down your goals. Even if you don't go back to them, just write them down. Even if you don't have to write them like every week, every day, or every month, just put them, even if it's every year, in the beginning of the year, the things that you're just hoping that you want God to do for you for that year, write them down. The next step is for you to take the step of faith. Act like you already have these things that you've written down, things that you want to achieve. Start acting like you already have them. If you're asking God that you want to pass your exams, that you have these exams, start reading, start acting like, oh, you already passed this exam, you're already sure that you're going to pass this exam. And everyone that have an exam that the person wants to pass, what do they do if they know in their mind that they will surely pass? Some of them don't read, but you read. Take that step of faith. Read. If you are believing God that you want to be confident, you want to achieve somewhere in life, that you're seeing yourself reaching a particular area in your life, start acting like you already have those things. Start acting like you're already what you want. And it's just a step of faith. You're already acting like, oh God, I already know that you do this thing for me. This is just practice I'm doing. I know that you're going to answer this thing. That is a step of faith. Act like you already have them, and try as much as possible to get rid of every negativity. Speak words like you already have the things that you want to achieve. Start speaking faith words. Speak God promises. A lot of times when we're asking God for something, when we're believing God for something, in our hearts we start focusing on that thing that we don't have. Maybe you are believing God to heal you. Somehow you now start focusing on the sickness, how the sickness is getting worse, how this is this. Don't focus on the problem. Focus on God. Act like you already have gotten that thing that you want God to do for you. Start believing that God has already answered your prayers. And I'm telling you, in no time, you will see results. God loves when we act in faith. And start thanking God, giving God thanks, praising Him like as if you already have those things that you're asking Him to do for you. I know that sometimes it's so hard for you to even when you've prayed, it's so hard for you to now like start acting as if you already have those things, because you don't have them. So why do you want to act like you already have them? I know it's hard, it's not easy, but trust me, that is just how it works. If you've asked God to do something for you, it's time for you to start taking the step of faith and start acting like you already have those things that you already asked God to do for you. It's time for you to start praying for people. Do you know that when you pray for your friends, you can actually get your prayers answered faster than you even think? When Job was so sick, do you know that Job didn't do anything to be in the position that he was in? And he had been praying, he had been doing all sorts of things, but he was still sick. Remember that any problem that you're having, God allowed that problem. It doesn't mean that that problem is going to consume you. That problem will never consume you. But God allowed it for a reason. He wants to know, do you trust me? Do you believe that I can do this thing for you? Do you believe that I can answer all kind of prayers? Do you believe that I am? Do you believe that God can do that thing for you? And the moment that Job stopped focusing on himself, and what then happened? God remembered him. There's something that you need to know when it comes to praying for your friends. It's another step of faith. Believing that I know my own case is a settled case. I just want to pray for this, my friend. And you will see what God will do for you. You will see how God will remember you. So I want you to not give up. Do not put your trust on anybody. Put your trust on God. There is nothing like impossibility in God. You may not see the results now. You may not be seeing the results. And it may look like the people, your friends, the people that you guys were on the same level with, it looks as if they are going ahead of you. Trust me. When God steps in, you will just see how He will lift you up, and you will be shocked. You will be shocked. You'll be amazed because He is God. He can bring things out that doesn't even exist just because of you. Now He wants you to dream big. He wants you to stop limiting Him. He wants you to stop limiting the things that He can do for you, the things that He can do for you. Start praying big prayers. Start praying prayers that will even scare you. It's time for you to start praying prayers like that. It's time for you to start praying prayers that even you self, you'll be saying, can I actually achieve these things? Can I get these things? Pray them and see what God will do. Pray those type of prayers and see what God will do for you. I just really want to encourage you. I don't want you to give up on your dreams, and I don't want you to give up on God, and I don't want you to feel like you are forsaken, because you are not. You are not forsaken. God is with you. He will never leave you. What did He say? He will never leave you nor forsake you. He's there with you even in the trials. He's there with you through the trials. He's there with you through the pain. He's there with you in every area of your life. He's there with you. He knows what you're going through. He feels everything that you are feeling right now. But do not give up. Do not give up on Him. Do not tell yourself all those negativity. Don't allow the devil to bring in all these negative thoughts to stop you from trusting in God, because that's what the devil is good at. The devil is so trickish. He will bring in thoughts to make you feel as if no, God is not there, but God is there. The devil will bring things to tempt you, to make you feel like God has not answered your prayers, but God will answer your prayers. God has not left you. Make God a priority, and I'm telling you, your life will be transformed in no time. If you enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.